It's a beautiful Wednesday evening. Good evening and welcome to Sunset News, the show that brings you news, community stories, economics, weather and sports. I am Diana Master. Let's get into the news tonight. A 36-year-old man was arrested with more than 1.5 million Namibian dollars worth of cannabis in Kalkrand on Tuesday after he was found in possession of 25 plastic-wrapped packets of cannabis. In another incident, also in Kalkrand, a 37-year-old man was arrested with 4,058 Mandrax tablets worth close to 487,000 Namibian dollars. Two men were also arrested on Monday at the Marico farm in the Gibon area for possession of more than 47,000 Namibian dollars worth of cannabis. Getting into our next story, a total of 6.82 million kilograms of pork was imported into Namibia last year, a decline of 8.9% compared to the 7.56 million kilograms imported during 2021. According to the Meat Board of Namibia statistics for December, Namibia remains a net importer of pork, and the sector is currently facing a shortage due to the ongoing ban of pork imports from South Africa because of an outbreak of foot and mouth disease in that country. Pigs marketed at Meat Board approved abattoirs stood at 46,323 heads in 2022 compared to 47,723 during the same period in 2021. This translates to a decline of 2.9%. Now, close to 1,000 learners that did not get placement in schools in Rundu earlier this year, together with their parents and guardians, visited the Rundu Circuit Office to get answers as to what has to be done to address the issue. It was reported that tents would be erected for the hundreds of learners. However, that promise was not kept, hence the frustration from the parents. The group also proceeded to the Rundu police station where they went to sought direction as to how they can stage a peaceful demonstration. This video is by Kenya Kamboe.
Now talk. Say something.
Anytime pura tu vere malaria magatiwa warasure me bruru ya nana kusenda bora mo
Ose kusure kapta uzira uklina no siya kapta clean kapta kulima papa ni
kama 2 weeks bembo isingozo ya se kwata ando kusinga materia mena idia kusinga tere
Noti baname tukakumona utiku kakuroro kakapita kurara masiku na tuzituka herere imari watu kutire baname tuko sure nye baname tukua kara watu lero kwenye kabara kwa kando sure bani ronge eto are lirongo vive lirongo viva are lirongo vive lirongo viva are lirongo
The signing of the Accreditation Master Agreement AMA between the Green Climate Fund GCF and the Environmental Investment Fund EIF of Namibia commenced with the GCF program consultations in Windhoek last week. According to the EIF, the consultations commenced on Wednesday with key stakeholders who were involved in the first project to be submitted to the GCF. Through this project, the EIF intends to establish a sustainable financing facility that supports value chains and market penetration of agriculture production to enhance long-term adaptation capacities within peri-urban environments. In our story of the day, we take a look at protests in South Africa against the visit of Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov. Stay tuned.
Kom kuier gerus elke Vrydag aand saam met Arjougar, waar hy vooruitskouing doen van wat op die sportvelde reg oor die wêreld gaan plaasvind. Daar word op die naweek se top internasionale sportgeleenthede gefokus en plaaslike sport in Namibië asook Suid-Afrika word in oënskou geneem. Die kenners praat saam Die huidige asook oudspelers gee al mening en ons hoor grootlik sommer uit die spreekwoordelike perd se bek. Niemand weet met sekerheid wat die naweek op die sportveld gaan gebeur nie, maar iemand weet wel watter faktore die uitslae kan beïnvloed. Ons praat met daardie iemand wat weet, en soms word geheim ook uitgelaat. Vrydaande is ons in die tonnel gereed om uit te draf. Dit is jou Vrydag afspraak wat jou ingelig gaan hou alvordat die spelers uit die tonnel opdraf. Sport is ons passie, sien jou in die tonnel.
Getting into our story of the day, a number of Ukrainians living in South Africa protested outside the Department of International Relations and Cooperation in Pretoria earlier this week with the arrival of the Russian Foreign Minister, Reuters reports. Let's take a look at this video.
People from the Ukrainian Association of South Africa protested outside the Department of International Relations and Cooperation, where the minister, Naledi Pandor, was hosting her Russian counterpart, Sergei Lavrov, for bilateral talks in South Africa on Monday. The protesters held placards reading "Stop Putin," "Child Murderer," and #WarCrime and shout slogans ahead of the bilateral meeting between Pandor and Lavrov in Pretoria.
We really suffering big losses, and Ukraine, which were feeding South Africa and many other African countries, supplying grain, and actually today we cannot do it because our country is at war, and South Africa is making friendly kind of arrangements with Russia, which basically invaded our country.
I would tell him to stop lying, because he is the main liar for Putin and their regime, and to stop trying to deceive everybody in the world as to what they are doing in Ukraine and what their purpose is, and to admit that it's nothing else but a genocidal colonial war on the Ukrainian people, and to stop it, and to immediately withdraw all their troops, and most of all stop cowardly bombing our hospitals and our schools and apartment blocks.
South African President Cyril Ramaphosa's government regards South Africa as neutral in the Ukraine conflict and has expressed a desire to mediate. Lavrov and Pandor delivered prepared remarks in front of media before they began private talks. South Africa has little trade with Russia, but it is a champion of a world view favored by China and Russia that seeks to undo perceived US dominance in favor of a multipolar world in which geopolitical power is more diffuse. Pandor has repeatedly insisted that South Africa would not be dragged into taking sides and has criticized the West for its condemnation of Russia while ignoring other issues such as the Israeli occupation of Palestinian territory.
We are all in favor of peaceful resolution of disputes, and will be always ready to discuss negotiated solution to any conflict on earth. Unfortunately, most of the conflicts launched by our Western colleagues did not lead to any improvement in the situation, and this is something which the world inherited. As regards the specific situation between us and Ukraine, it is well known that we supported the proposal of Ukrainian side to negotiate early in the special military operation, and by the end of March in Istanbul, two delegations agreed on the principles to settle this conflict. It is well known, it was published openly, that our American and British and some European colleagues told Ukraine that it is too early to deal. And the arrangement, which was almost agreed, was never revisited by the Kyiv regime.
And to say that we as South Africa welcome you.
In September, President Zelensky signed a decree prohibiting all Ukrainian officials to negotiate on anything with the Russian Federation. So I believe it is absolutely obvious as regards the origin of the problem of lack of negotiations.
Lavrov's second African visit in 6 months comes ahead of a Russia-Africa summit, which was postponed to July from last year because of the Ukraine conflict. There was no official public comment from the Ukrainian embassy, but officials said it had asked the South African government to help push President Volodymyr Zelensky's 10-point peace plan, which he proposed to the G20 in November last year.
South Africa and its people.
Economic news follows after the break, and tonight we look at the approval of building plans in Windhoek. Stick around for the full story.
Namibia's hospitality is as vibrant as its people. Join the What's Cooking team as they travel the country cooking, chatting, and celebrating local personalities and the joy of food. If you think you have a standout offering, whether it's a restaurant, bar, pop-up event, or braai stand, get in touch with the What's Cooking team at cooking@synergy.com.na, and we will be there to show the world what's cooking. Programs air every Friday at 4 p.m. on all the NMH Facebook platforms, as well as on NTV, Dstv channel 285, and Gotv channel 94 at 9 p.m.
Getting into our economic news, the city of Windhoek approved 121 building plans during December 2022 compared to 204 in the prior month and 105 in December 2021. Approved plans in December 2022 have a total value of 49.2 million Namibian dollars compared to 134.9 million Namibian dollars in November 2022 and include 83 plans for new residential additions, 24 for new residential properties, 11 for walls, and 3 for new commercial buildings. Now let's take a look at the economic indicators. And is likely to continue until Thursday.
The Evening Review is a daily interview-based talk show that dissects and expounds on current affairs as they occur in Namibia. The show aims at reaching Namibians of all age groups who seek better understanding of the state of current affairs in the country. This show is broadcasted on NTV, Oneuptwo.com, and cross-shared on the following Facebook platforms: Namibian Sun and Namibia Media Holdings. The Evening Review focuses on interviews, latest news, and up-to-the-minute current events. Contact evening@synergy.com.na. Evening Review, unpacking today's pertinent issues.
The Regional Review brings you news, views, and interviews from NMH correspondents from across the country. If you would like to feature your brand or campaign on this platform, contact regional@synergy.com.na.
Getting into our international news, heavy snow blanketed wide swathes of Japan today, snarling traffic, forcing hundreds of flight cancellations and disrupting train travel, and left at least one person dead. An unusually cold weather front, and extreme low pressure systems set snow falling and strong winds blowing across Japan from Tuesday. One person died as a result of the storm, and 2 other deaths were being investigated as related to the storm as of Wednesday morning. The government said that some 3,000 people had been stranded at 2 train stations in the western city of Kyoto after snow and high winds forced service to be suspended on Tuesday, public broadcaster NHK reported. Others were stuck on at least 15 trains between stations, in some cases from late on Tuesday to the early hours of Wednesday, NHK added. The bitterly cold weather is expected to continue through Thursday, the 26th of January. Staying with weather, after the break, we take a look at the weather forecast.
Sport Wrap is a daily show focusing on all sport news and current affairs. If you would like to feature your brand or campaign on this platform, contact sportwrap@synergy.com.na.
The My.NA Cars Show provides viewers with the best in-class cars content, engaging interviews, as well as a showcase of the latest cars-related news, products, and services. If you would like to feature your brand or campaign on this platform, contact my.na@synergy.com.na. My.NA Cars, more than just a ride.
Let's look at the weather predictions. Overcast weather and thunder showers are expected in major parts of the country, including Katima, Rundu, as well as Oshwarongo and Omaruru. It's sunshining weather in Rehoboth, Mariental, Ariamsvlei and Oranjemund. It's partly cloudy in Henties Bay and Swakopmund. In the sports section tonight, we take a look at boxing news as well as a fun cricket father and son fun day.
Oneuptwo brings community news in the Orongo region. For news-related or advertising queries, contact irongotalk@synergy.com.na. Irongo Talk, our community, your news.
Flex is your health and fitness show that focuses on the health of the mind, body and spirit. If you would like to feature your brand or campaign on this platform, contact zone@synergy.com.na.
Let's talk sport. Namibian boxing sensation Mateus "The Beast" Hayter is confident of unleashing his beast mode in the featherweight division this year. In 2022, Hayter was stripped of his WBO Africa Super Bantamweight title after failing to make the weight on the scale in October. It was after that the boxer realized he needed to move up the weight scale and fight in a different division. The Cancer Association of Namibia, Cricket Namibia and the MTC Dome Swakopmund extend an invitation to cricket enthusiasts to participate in their Father and Son Fun Day in Swakopmund on the 8th of February 2023. According to CAN CEO Rolf Hansen, this is a brilliant opportunity for the men, young and old, to connect, network and have fun while meeting the Namibian cricket team who have made us so proud in the international arena. Closing off our sports news, Walvis Bay-based technician, body transformation and Monarch lifeguard and emergency will host a free bootcamp fitness and wellness event titled Fit Nation on 28 January at Dunes Mall in Walvis Bay. The first of its kind bootcamp will commence between 6 and 7:30 a.m. According to Martin Muyenga, owner of Monarch Lifeguard, the event is being hosted with the aim of introducing fitness to the nation. The goal of a fitness bootcamp is to provide a whole body workout that builds strength and aerobic endurance. Bootcamp workouts attract a lot of people as it offers a challenging, varied and fun workout, he said. That's it for sports news. After the break, we take a look at the highlights from today's broadcast, just in case you need a quick recap.
Straight Talk is a debate competition for high school learners and a spelling competition for primary school learners, mostly focusing on current affairs among the youth. Contact Zone at synergy.com.na to share your products and services. Straight Talk. Don't raise your voice, improve your argument.
We can prevent violence against women before it happens. It means tackling the root causes of violence, working with men and boys to end power over women, which is often normalized and justified. Transforming these root causes and preventing violence needs political commitment and leadership, laws and policies that promote gender equality, investments in women's organizations and resources for prevention work. But prevention also starts with you. You can start by educating yourself. Speak out when you get a chance. Advocate for survivors' rights and always listen to survivors. Preventing violence against women and girls before it actually happens is the most effective way of ending it. So let's start now.
You're watching Sunset News, and if you're just joining us, here are the news highlights. A 36-year-old man was arrested with more than 1.5 million Namibian dollars worth of cannabis in Gauteng on Tuesday after he was found in possession of 25 plastic-wrapped packets of cannabis. In another incident also in Gauteng, a 37-year-old man was arrested with 4,058 Mandrax tablets worth close to 487,000 Namibian dollars. Two men were also arrested on Monday at the Mariko farm in the Gibbon area for possession of more than 47,000 Namibian dollars worth of cannabis. The City of Windhoek approved 121 building plans during December 2022 compared to 204 in the prior month and 105 in December 2021. Approved plans in December 2022 have a total value of 49.2 million Namibian dollars compared to 134.9 million Namibian dollars in November 2022 and include 83 plans for new residential additions, 24 for new residential properties, 11 for walls and 3 for new commercial buildings. In sport, Namibian boxing sensation Matthäus the Beast Hater is confident of unleashing his beast mode in the featherweight division this year. In 2022, Hater was stripped of his WBO Africa Super Bantamweight title after failing to make the weight on the scale in October. It was after that the boxer realized he needed to move up the weight scale and fight in a different division. And with that, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Make sure you join Sunset News on Facebook, on all the NMH platforms on weekdays, as well as on our website, Oneuptwo.com. Sunset News screens on Dstv channel 285 and Gotv channel 94 every weekday from 7:30 to 8 p.m. I am Diana Master, and this has been Sunset News. Don't end your day without us.